Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Freldren. As you can see, I am back in Star Trek Online, and today I'm going to go over some Star Trek news. First, I'm going to back out here. I'm going to go to the web page so you can see what's going on. All right, so as you can see here, they are opening up 2 new social media accounts here. So yeah, Star Trek Online is expanding to 2 new frontiers, Blue Sky and Instagram. We've just launched 2 new places to follow STO, and we want to give our first followers a little bit of love in return. That's why until May 31st at 12 p.m. or 12 p.m. Pacific time, everyone who follows either account, including ones who followed up to this point, will be entered into a special giveaway. All you have to do is click on both or one or both of these pages to be taken to our brand new accounts and follow them there. All right, so down here we got the 2 accounts here. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing this because here we have for prizes. For grand prize, 2 winners will receive 100% off T6 ship token or coupon, not token. These are pretty good, always good to have. I'm sitting on a couple of them, and later this year we'll be getting a couple more from the featured event thing, so from the campaign. And then we also have 1 Infinity Research and Development pack. These are always good because you get decent research and development crafting items, but you also have that chance of getting a free premium ship. Those are always good to get. Most of the time though, the last few I've gotten, I've sold because I've already gotten what I wanted out of there, and you get some decent money off of those. So 10 master keys, which is really good. That definitely come in handy right now for the other thing I'm going to be talking about. And then 1 experimental ship upgrade token. Those are definitely always good to have. And then 1 ship slot. So if you are, collect ships, that would be good to have. And then runner up, 20 winners will receive 3 master keys. All right, not bad. The first one's obviously the best one to get. The runner up thing, not much to it. That seems more like a 3rd place runner up type of winning, but that's fine. Next we have patches. All right, so patch notes for the crystalline entity. The crystalline entity will now only become killable after it has passed through both of its absorption/release phase. This solves the problem of very high DPS players killing it before it has a chance to evaluate its phase transition. I haven't seen this before, people killing it right away. It's kind of luck of a draw, I guess. It kind of figures though, because the crystalline entity used to be a 10-player TFO, but now it's a 5-player, and people are still nuking it. So, all right. And then the item in which we are getting from this event, Tholian Universal Kit Frame, now should have a dual mod slot. Due to this change, all mods on the Tholian Universal Kit Frame has been reset, including any kits that have been re-engineered. So that kind of sucks for those who've re-engineered stuff. It doesn't sound like there'll be like any reimbursement for that, which kind of sucks. I mean, a little bit of lithium, it shouldn't be too much, but dual mod slot. So I don't know, they just have 1 before? I don't know. I haven't collected mine yet. I'm still working on it. I'll probably have that out sometime next week, maybe. And then we have the Infinity Lockbox, adding content from the Partners in Crime Lockbox to the Infinity Lockbox. Contents include special requisition pack, Breen, Keth star Intel Courier, tier 6. This is very expensive still. And not too terrible. It's like hundreds of millions to like a billion right now. Definitely do not have enough to buy that right now, so I will not be showing that off, unfortunately. Console Universal, Crenum Chronophage. I do have this, so I'll be showing that off. And then we have 2 Universal Kit modules, Promillion Assault Drone and Micro Singularity Generator. I have those. I'll show that off. And then we have Special Equipment Pack, Breen Imperium Weapons. I do have some of those, so we'll be showing that off. Now on the bottom here, the ground traits and space traits. I only have one ground trait, that is the glass cannon. I do not have any of the space ones. These are very expensive, and I was not prepared for this, so I'm not able to get those right now. Although I do have some stuff on the market for sale, so hopefully maybe by the time I get in, I might have enough to buy those. We'll see. But yeah, the glass cannon I do have, and both kit modules, the weapons, and the glass cannon I'll be showing off on my Klingon recruit, because I grabbed cannons for the weapons, for space weapons. So, and he's kind of set up for doing cannon build. So, and then the Crenum Chronophage I'll show off on my main character. So yeah. And then we also have Mako Phaser Pistol Fix. Fixed a bug where bridge officers only use the secondary ability on the Mako pistol. All right. Did not know that was a thing. I don't use that. So console is basically the same thing for the lockbox and the bug fix. You guys do not have the crystalline entity yet. You're still on the, well, you guys are getting the Klingon recruit event. Fix an issue where Muhawi, however you pronounce that, spawns above the roof and cannot be killed by players. On PC, we had that problem too, so that was fixed pretty early on. And I believe that's it for that. So yeah, let me go back in game. I'll see if I have enough to buy any of these. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. All right, so I'm here at the exchange. I'm gonna go ahead and look to see what the price is, and actually look at the traits I don't have, because yeah, I did not get enough. I did sell an item, but as you can see right here, I am pretty low. I do have most of my money probably on my Klingon recruit, but it's barely anything. So definitely won't have enough to buy the other space traits, or well, the space traits or the other 2 ground traits, but at least I can show them off in here. So let's get started. All right. Oh, the price actually did go down on this one. I still don't have enough for that though, because I end up buying some other stuff. So yeah, let's inspect this. This is the ground trait, resonating personal shield. Gain increased shield hardness and shield regeneration, scales with each nearby ally. So that sounds pretty good. It's not bad if you want more shields. I know on ground shields are pretty useful to have. A lot more useful than in space. So yeah. Let's go to the next one. All right, the next one is Scent of Blood. All right, your critical chance hit open opportunities to inflict greater damage. Landing a critical hit reduces recharge time on all weapons' secondary firing modes. This buff can trigger once every 2 seconds. All right, that's not too bad. Having your secondary ability go off more than normally does, that's not too bad. It's actually definitely something I wouldn't mind having. I believe there's something else that actually does that too. I could have sworn there was like a rep thing that does that. Or maybe it was like a piece of gear. I don't know. I don't remember. All right, next one. All right, so this is the first of the 3 space traits. As you can see here, they're expensive. Very, very, very expensive. So, yeah. All right. This one, Breen Shield Tunneling increases shield and armor penetration, decreases maximum shield capacity. All right, not too bad. This is actually very similar to the trait that the ground trait they'll be showing off. The ground trait increases damage and decreases shield capacity. This one does penetration for shields and armor. So kind of the same thing. All right. Next one. All right, we have the space trait harmonic shield linkage. All right. This gains increased shield hardness and shield regeneration, scaling with each nearby ally. All right. So you get more shields and more shield hardness and regeneration with more friends or friendly ships. All right. Next, we have the red directive space trait. Reduce cooldown on all intelligence and temporal operative bridge officer abilities by 25%. Not bad. That's if you're using those abilities, those bridge officer abilities. I generally tend not to. I kind of stick with mostly the normal stuff, but occasionally I might have something like those. So, all right. And again, expensive. All right, so next, that's all we have for those items I do not have. Let's go over the item I do have on this character. Then we'll go over to my Klingon recruit and show off what I got on him. All right, so this is the Crenum Chronophage Universal Console. This has a plus 10% cooldown reduction to Science Bridge Officer abilities, and then plus 10% cooldown reduction to temporal operative bridge ability officer abilities. The science ones probably come in handy, you know, for healing and gravity well. The temporal one, again, if you use these abilities, you know, that'll help you out. Now we have the ability, or the actual ability of this. Launch Crenum Chronophage. Physical dot, aura, shield offline, hold, periodic teleport. All right, so 2 foe and up to 10 other foes within 3 kilometers each second for up to 20 seconds. Now this number is gonna be not correct because I'm on ground. Physical damage, ignores shields, holds for 2 seconds, shields offline for 2 seconds. Primary foe teleports to a random foe every 5 seconds, and it has a 2-minute recharge time. So yeah, basically you're gonna, I guess, ensnare your target for a few seconds along with some others. And the primary target's gonna teleport around. I don't know what that's gonna do. So we'll see what that does. I guess maybe when they teleport to a random enemy, they take more damage, like a collision, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, let's go ahead. I'm probably gonna go ahead and do Argala. Probably one of the best ones I could think of to do this on. So, where am I? All right, there. Okay, so I'll be right back. All right, I'm just gonna take out these enemies really quick so I can get on to the next group where there's gonna be a lot more. All right, here's the next group here. Let's go ahead and use our ability. All right. Doing a decent amount of damage. This is actually very similar to one of the ground kits. Oh, they took it all out. All right.
We will not go quietly.
Wasn't too bad. Let's go ahead and go into stealth here and fly away. I'll come back when I have that recharged. 2 minutes, so it'll be a bit. All right, let's go ahead and target this carrier. Hopefully the rest of them get nearby. All right, there you go. Some of them are getting pulled in. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got teleported. All right. All right, taking a little bit more damage. All right, didn't kill him. but did do a lot of damage. All right, I'll be right back when I'm on the final boss of this area. All right, coming up on the main boss for this area. Now this does scale with exotic damage, and as you can see right there, the actual number 9,428.2. That is with my current build for exotic damage. So as you see, all the small ships are taken out. Oh wait, no, there's one right there. Got rid of most of the hull on that, so yeah, not too bad. Now, using this with like a gravity well would be pretty good too. Get a little extra damage. All right, so there you have the space console. Not a bad console at all. I do like it. Works a little bit like a gravity well. Teleports around the your main target. I don't know what that really did. I don't know if they took damage or not from teleporting around. And then you also got your cooldowns there for science and temporal, bridge officer abilities. So yeah, now I'm going to go over to my Klingon recruit and I'll show you all the other stuff. All right, I'm here on Dafara, and I like coming here to test weapons because, you know, it's a lot of enemies and stuff. Pretty easy to do it. You do have to deal with the Borg adapting to your weapons, but that is fine. That's easily overcome. All right, let's look at the weapon itself for ground here. Now the numbers on this are not going to be right. Let me actually go ahead. I'm going to take out the trait for now and go back. All right, the numbers still aren't right because here on Dafara you are put to level 50, so your numbers aren't correct. So it should be like, I think it was like 67.3 or something like that, if I'm on like normal ground at my level. But yeah, this is the Breen Imperium Polaron stun pistol. I guess there's other ones. I just have the stun pistol. As you can see, it does Polaron damage ×2. And then it has has crit chance, crit severity, but that's not part of this. Also, that critical chance extra thing there, that's part of, I think that's part of something else. Hold on, let me take this off here. Yeah, that's part of like a trait or something. All right, so this does, when you hit them with the primary attack, you have a chance, a 5% chance, to do cold damage equal to 2% of max health. Ignores shields. And it's got some crit chance, crit severity there. I believe that's their health, so equal to 2% of their health. And then we do more Polaron damage for our secondary attack ×2. This also has a 50% run speed, minus 50% run speed for 6 seconds. +2 stun for 9 seconds. It also has that 5% chance to do cold damage equal to 2% max health, ignore shields. And again, it has that crit chance, crit severity. You can always change those, and when you get your own, it might have different mods on there. But yeah, let's go ahead and equip that one. And let's go over the trait. The trait itself will modify the amount of damage you do and your shields. Let's go ahead and look at that. Well, first, so 61.3 and then 512. So remember those. Let's go ahead and put the trait back on. So this is so all weapon damage and minus max shields capacity. So you gain plus 15% all weapon damage, and then a minus 10% max shield capacity. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our weapon now. So we're at 64.3, and what were we at again? I forgot. 60.3. 61.3. So we went up by 3%, or by 3. Definitely a lot different number than when I was on normal levels ground area, but all right. So we're at 512 for our shields. I'm gonna clip that back on, and now we're at 461. So yeah, it does take it down quite a bit. It is called glass cannon for a reason. So all right. And then we have the 2 kits or kit modules. We have the micro singularity generator. Summon a micro singularity dispersion that will pull foes within 25 feet before quickly disappearing after 2 seconds, leaving behind a gravity well breach for 10 seconds, dealing 136.2 physical damage, 100% shield penetration ×2 per second, and minus 33.3% run speed to foes within its 15-foot radius. And it's got a 45-second recharge. So this is the one I was talking about. Is very similar to the space console ability. So we'll go ahead and look at that here in a second. We also have the Promoline assault drone. Summon 3 Promoline assault drones for 30 seconds, which periodically charge into the enemy, exploding after a short delay. It has a 1-minute recharge time on that. These also will fire at the enemy, and they look like they're phaser weapons. I don't know. They look like them. But yeah, we'll go ahead and look at those here in a second. First, let's go ahead and look at the weapon itself. I messed around with this a bit. It's not bad. Let's go with the primary attack here first. And my testing on this, I never once saw the cold thing proc. So we'll see if we can get it to proc here. They've adapted. Doesn't matter because I should still get the proc for it. That's not it there. It's something else. So that proc chance should still go off. Not seeing it though. Remodulate. Yeah. Let's use our secondary ability here. So I kind of stunned them. Did a bit more damage than the normal one, I believe. Actually, this is less damage, but it's ×2. I guess they're both ×2. Yeah, not a bad weapon. I still just haven't seen the cold damage proc yet. So, all right, next, let's go ahead and group of enemies over here. Let's go ahead and use the, go off of firing there. Didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and use the micro singularity disruption. Throw it like a grenade, pulls the enemies in. There's a ton of damage. And they're dead. Let's go find a tougher enemy and we'll show that off a little bit more. All right, so over here we have a tougher Borg enemy. Let's go ahead and launch that at him. See if we'll pull the other 2 in. No, they're not close enough. But it does quite a bit of damage to him. He's much tougher, so. All right, let's bring out the drones here. See what they do. Now they're firing at me, so these should automatically start firing back and running into them, or hopefully it will. There we go. See, I believe those are phasers. Oh, yep. See, that one just ran into them. Another one. Oh, both of them. Maybe. Oh, that they despawned before it could. They don't last very long. Like I said, only 30 seconds. Why is the other one? Did the other one explode? See, that one just disappeared. So that's kind of weird. The other one looks like it just disappeared and not exploded. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's go ahead and do that again here. All right, we got some hopping Borg here. Let's go ahead and we'll throw this at them. See what it does. This group. Sucks them all in. There's a lot of damage. They're all dead. Pretty good. I like it. It's a pretty good ability. Definitely probably going to keep that. Go ahead and throw these drones out. See what they do to them. Oh, we got a big group right there. Oh, blew up on them, killed them instantly. But these guys are weak though. So drones don't do too bad damage. In combination of you firing, obviously it's gonna be better, but adapt it, just throw that at him, heal. I should take him out. Yep. All right. Yeah, sorry I don't have the rest of them, the space traits or the ship. The ship's definitely not an option right now. So yeah, I like them. I like all the things that I've shown off. They're pretty good. Definitely be keeping both of these slotted. The weapons are right. I am looking for a primary weapon to be using. I'll go ahead and see what other ones they have other than stun. Stun's okay, but maybe they have something better. I don't know if they have rifles or not, so I'll have to check that. The glass cannon trait, it's all right. Shields are important though on ground, so I don't know. We'll see. I might keep it. I might go back to using something else. The console itself, very good console. I definitely helps having more of the exotic particle generator, so having that boosted does help with damage on that. Using that in conjunction with a gravity well on a large group of enemies that are tough would definitely be pretty good. All right, so next I'm going to be going over the space weapons. These I had a couple of these. Actually, I think I had like 3 of these in my bank from last time the lockbox came out, because I did get some stuff but not a lot. I definitely didn't have enough to get anything really last time. I got the stuff from the low-buy store that was out, but I did not get enough of the stuff from the actual lockbox itself, because at the time they were way more expensive than they are now. But yeah, I got these ones so I can show off the beam arrays. Then I do have cannons and some turrets because I'm primarily a kind of cannon build here. So all right, let's go ahead and I'll probably do Argala again because it's just so easy to do. It's a really good one, easy to show stuff off. So I'll be right back. All right, let's start with the beam arrays. Let's go ahead and turn these off. All right. Keep firing torpedoes and stuff, but try not to. All right. So they're not doing a lot of damage. They're not boosted or anything. Not leveled up. But I do like the look of them. And they're very similar, I believe, to the way the ground weapons are, where they have a chance to do cold damage to the enemy. This is based on their hull. 1% of their max hull. Ignore shields. Now, this has a 2.5 instead of 5, like on ground. So not as strong. Let's just activate everything here. Oh, I guess the other enemies died somewhere. All right, let's go to the next group. All right, let's go ahead. We'll activate can scatter volley and beam fire at will. Ooh, I do like that. That looks really good. Again, they're not doing a lot of damage because I'm not set up for Polaron, but it's still decent. I do not see the cold proc yet. So, I mean, it's a really low chance. So, seeing it is not very likely. I do like the sound of them and look of them. They're pretty good.
Keep concentrating fire on individual ships. Separate them.
I might have to do a build that incorporates these. The cannons anyways.
We will not go quietly.
Yeah, the what is this called? Yeah, the iron steam or stream projection things help out quite a bit. It's not too bad. I do like them. I wish you could change the color. I'd probably make them green, but that's just me. But they aren't too bad the way they are. They're a good yellow. I do like the shape of the beams. At least that sound. I wonder if they had fun making the sound for this. All right, so there you kind of have it. They're pretty good without being boosted, but it could be better, obviously. You might see these in the future build, I guess, maybe on this character. Mainly just because of the sound they make. I really like the sound they make. I definitely will be using both the kit modules, the weapon itself, probably. You know, I'm looking for a weapon to add to my build. For like an energy weapon, because I've been mainly doing melee. But yeah, and the console for the ship, pretty good too. Definitely see myself using that. That in conjunction with a like gravity well on like a big group of enemies will do a lot of damage. The space tray itself is not bad. I might use it for a bit, but if it becomes too much of a hindrance, not having a lot of shield, yeah, I might switch out for something else. Who knows? Yeah. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, all that good stuff down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.